in this box is a puzzle that barely even exists on the internet. I managed to find it on eBay. I'm so excited to see it. Let's open this up. Oh my gosh, here we go. I really hope I picked the right box. I did pick the right box. Here it is. Oh my gosh. Oh, and it's still sealed. Oh my gosh. Okay, so this, I mean, technically, it's not even a jigsaw puzzle. This is the crossword jigsaw game. And if this looks familiar, it's because I've already featured a very similar puzzle here on the channel. So this is another version of the same thing, but I guess they printed it like in a different type of box. They put the instructions right on the front. Am I even gonna open it? It's still sealed. I don't know. Should I leave it sealed? It's so rare. Like getting one sealed. Oh, I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna have to think about this. But this is so exciting. As you guys have seen in like my last couple haul videos, this company, Lawson from Wilton, Connecticut, anytime something shows up by them, I've been buying them. It's, you know, there are a lot of vintage Springbok collectors, which is great. I love that all of these puzzles are being preserved, but I feel like I have a handful of smaller companies where I'm like, those are the ones where I want to collect every single thing from, and this is one of them. All right, but before I open the rest of these boxes, we're actually gonna go back in time because I've been shooting this video for the last 2 months. This video is gonna be half haul video and then half reviewing all of the puzzles that I've just done for fun. So let's go back in time to the beginning of September and then work our way forwards to when I'm gonna open all of the rest of this. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay. Okay. All right, so it's the very beginning of September. I just posted that last video where I was reviewing the puzzles in the giant stack. I just posted that video like 2 days ago. And this time I thought that instead of doing the giant stack, I would just review the puzzles as I went so I can take these apart and get them put away. So I've already done 4 more puzzles. Let's take a look. All right, so this one I solved before that video was even up, but I had already filmed it, so I didn't put this one in that video. But I got this at the puzzle swap. This is the Barbie Fashion Ravensburger puzzle. I loved this one so much. It was so much fun. There's so much, like, I love puzzles with text, and this one has so much fun text to work on. The colors are different enough that you can always keep moving forward, but since the background is black and white, that makes it a little more challenging. I mean, I love Barbie, I love puzzles. I honestly think this is like a perfect puzzle. All right, the next one is another one that I got from that puzzle swap. This is a New York Puzzle Co. puzzle called Beach Going. They do a ton of puzzles that are New Yorker covers, and I feel like I know, like, the more of these that you do, the better and better you get to know the New Yorker logo. Like, I have their advent calendar, which is all just mini puzzles of New Yorker covers. So I feel like I've done this logo as a puzzle so many times. And so I actually did this puzzle on a day where I really wasn't feeling well. And so I did this one in the afternoon, and I think I finished it at like, I don't know, 5 or 6 p.m. And then I was just like, well, now what am I gonna do? And so on the same day, I did 2,000 pieces in one day. I did 2 1,000 piece puzzles all on the same day. That night, I decided to also do this one. Okay, so if you remember when I got that huge box of Ebu puzzles, this is the first one that I decided to do from there. This one is called Cottage at Dusk, and I loved it. It's so beautiful. I love all the different patterns. I love that all of these different sections have different background colors, which makes them a lot easier to sort out. Even though I give away most of my Ebu puzzles, I really think I'm gonna keep this one. Again, it's just like a perfect puzzle. I think it's so beautiful. And then finally, so I just did this one last night, And I really wanted to finish it last night. I really thought that I'd be able to do this one just in one night, but after a couple of hours on it, it was getting late and I really had to go to bed. And so I just admitted defeat. I was like, I'll finish it tomorrow. It's fine. So I actually just went ahead and finished this one over lunch today so that I could have it finished to show you guys. And it was actually harder than I thought. At first, the sky with the logo was very easy. The building was pretty easy. But then there's just a lot of sections that are this hand-drawn texture. There's a lot of tan here in this street. And so a lot of this just really blended together. So as I kept going through, like the sections that I was working on got harder and harder. All right, I'm back with another round of puzzle reviews. It is September 24th. And as you can see from everything, like I'm literally in a plant right now. I'm right in the middle of my redecoration. I just had the apartment painted white. I've been setting up the new background over in the dining room. I'm sitting on my rolled up rug because I'm just leaving it rolled up since I've been moving the furniture back and forth so many times with all the different projects I'm doing. And so I wanted to review these so I can take them apart and get them out of here. Like the least amount of stuff that I can have out here while I'm doing all these different projects, the better. Okay, so this first one I just did last night and then I finished it this morning so that I'd be able to tell you guys about it. So this is Entomology from Cloudberries. This one was hard. This was a lot harder than I thought going into it. I thought you'd be able to differentiate all of the butterflies a little bit better, but so many of the like black and brown ones just look so similar to each other. So I was definitely following along with the box quite a lot. All right, moving on. So this one is called Fall in Brooklyn. It's from Ebu. This one, again, was harder than I expected. I did manage to finish it in one sitting, but I did stay up a little bit later than I meant to. I think part of what made this one hard is that I was doing it at night. I think if you were doing it in full daylight and full light on the puzzle, you could differentiate everything a little bit better. But even still, I mean, I really liked it. I think it's the perfect fall puzzle, and I just think it's a beautiful image when you finish the whole thing. I love this illustration. Okay, next we have another Ebu. So this one is called Floral Cupboard. So the key with this one is the background color. You really want to separate this light green from the teal from the blue, and then you're going to finish with all the different patterns on the mugs and the jugs. And so if you do it that way, it's really not too bad. I really liked this one. I just thought it was a solid Ebu puzzle. Ooh, okay, this one was super hard. This is not typically the type of puzzle that I personally would go for, but I got this at a puzzle swap and I'm going to be bringing it back to the next puzzle swap now that I'm done. So this is Bizarre Bookshop 2. The artwork is by Colin Thompson, who has done a whole bunch of puzzles, but it's just so busy. Again, I was referencing the box quite a lot working on this one, and even still, it took me so long. Like, every element is just so tiny. While I was working on this, I kept thinking about how there's an 18,000 piece version of this type of illustration, and honestly, I think 1,000 is plenty for me. You guys know that I love giant puzzles, but I just don't think I'm gonna be taking on the 18,000 piece version of this. Ooh, okay, so I did this Back to the Future puzzle, which I showed in my recent puzzle haul. I did this one just for fun. I did it without referencing the box. So I kind of looked at the box before I started, so I knew the general layout, but I wasn't referencing it while I was working on it. And so for a 500 piece puzzle, that makes it the perfect difficulty to do in one night, knock through 1 or 2 podcast episodes or 1 or 2 Gilmore Girls episodes. I love Back to the Future. Trying to do the poster without the reference was a little tricky. I guess I've never like studied the poster that closely, especially because at the end you have a whole lot of solid black pieces, but the piece cut is pretty unique, so yeah, I liked this one. And then we have the Havana Nights Llama Dreams puzzle. Now this one, I kind of picked it up because I thought all of this text was part of the image. It turns out it's not. So the only place that you see the whole image is here on the back in this little thumbnail. So for this one, I sort of tried not to look at the box too much, but I mean, you kind of have to because the background isn't a pattern or a gradient, it's just one solid color, so that you don't really have any clues for how things are going to be arranged next to each other. Like, it's just a solid color in between them. So I did end up having to look at the box. I admit I didn't love the piece cut. It's just a very standard, like, 2 ins, 2 outs, and they're all very similar to each other. The piece cut isn't at all unique. So I thought that I would like this one more than I did. I think this is one that's gonna go back to the next puzzle swap. And finally, oh no. This is the last one. So this is, again, a puzzle that I got from the swap. This is the library puzzle from Cavallini and Co. Now, I knew from the top of the box that it was missing a piece, but that really doesn't bother me. For this one, I sort of glanced at the image before I started, but since the image is so small on the box, I had it kind of far away from me, so I was really trying not to look at it too much. I would just glance over every so often if I really needed to, but for the most part, I tried to do this one without looking at the picture. And I really liked it. I love puzzles with big sections of different colors and different stripes and different patterns and lots of text to sort out. Yeah, I really like this image. I thought this was really fun. So it's time for another haul video segment. I literally just posted the last haul, I don't know, a couple days ago, but a secret that I didn't tell you at the end of that video is that I actually had like 5 more things at my P.O. box just waiting for me to pick up. So I'm gonna go ahead and open all of them because I'm in the middle of a huge puzzle reorganization. You can see I set up this new background behind me. So this is brand new. I'm still kind of experimenting with how to set up filming out here. But the studio is a total mess. And so I figured I should open everything so I have everything that I'm working with and I can just give it a home right from the start. So, all right, let's see what we've got. Ooh, oh my gosh, this person packaged this so well. A puzzle with wrapping, in a box, in a bag. Like, this puzzle is still in perfect condition, which I can't say about everything I've ever bought off of eBay. Okay, so before the end of the year, I'm planning to do my deep dive into the greatest puzzles of all time series. I mentioned these at the end of the video where I did the Seiko doubles puzzle, and so I had the first one from this series to show you guys, and so this is the second episode. Ooh, okay, both of these are puzzles that I've been wanting for so long. Oh my gosh, they're so beautiful. Oh wow, oh my gosh, I'm so happy I have these. So I have been looking at these puzzles on eBay for like a year now. I've been wanting them, and I just never pulled the trigger to do it because they're kind of expensive. But then at the end of the last haul video, when I got that the Peanuts puzzle from Jeremy, I was just like, I might as well complete the collection. Well, I mean, I don't know if it's a complete collection. I don't know if there are others in that series, but I might as well get the ones that I've been wanting so I can stop looking at them and just finally have them. So I mostly wanted the pink one because I love pink, but then these came as a set, so it also came with the orange one. All right, and this should be the last thing from eBay. So you might have guessed that one of the other boxes also held this one. So this is the 3rd episode of the greatest puzzle of all time series. Okay, this one, I'm pretty sure I know what is in here because after I posted the video doing the Seiko doubles puzzles. A whole bunch of people reached out offering to send me the other ones from the series that I didn't have and couldn't find online. So I'm pretty sure this is one of those, but there was no return address on the box. I double checked my emails and this came from Jasmine. So thank you so much, Jasmine, for sending it to me. Yes, okay, it is the infamous horse puzzle, not cow puzzle, horse puzzle. I know that now. Okay, so then this one comes from Lawrence King. Yes, okay, I was pretty sure I knew what was in here and I was correct. This is the World of Taylor puzzle. This is the Taylor Swift jigsaw puzzle. It looks so fun, but the question is, which factory did they use? Which puzzle piece shape is in here? Okay, so it's not the puzzle pieces that I didn't like. I think it might be the ones that I liked. It's not the one that I didn't like, so that's good. We're good. I like these, the piece quality that I'm seeing. All right, and then finally we have this whole stack of Ravensburger puzzles. And in the past, I have gotten puzzles like this gifted before. These are not gifted. I paid for them myself. So these are all of the unreleased brand new puzzles for Worlds 2025. Well, not quite all of them. I didn't buy that last landscape. Maybe I'll put in another order. Maybe I'll finish the collection. But when I was buying them, I was just like, do I really want to do this one? I want to do literally all of the others. I didn't really want to do that one. All right, so that's everything for now. As I'm reorganizing in there, I'm just like, I can't believe I just keep adding more and more to the stacks. But I'm opening up a lot of new storage areas, so I think it'll be okay. Well, I guess you guys, you can just live right here for now. Oh my gosh. All right, so we've made it back to the present day. However, I just spent the last, I don't know, 6 weeks working on the big 8,000 piece puzzle. And while I was working on that, I really wasn't doing a lot of other puzzling because after spending so many hours on that one, I didn't want to spend even more hours like hunched over another puzzle. So I only have 4 puzzles to show you, but I really liked all of them. So let me tell you about them. Okay, so right at probably at the beginning of doing the big puzzle, I did want to do this Soonness one while it was still kind of Halloween season. This is Herb Shop by Rowan. When I unboxed this, I was just like, this is the cutest, most beautiful puzzle I've ever seen. And Soonness puzzle quality is like one of the best that is out there. The pieces are super thick. I really like the piece cut. I just love how it all feels. So again, I mean, I've said this a few times just in this one video, but I really think this is a perfect puzzle. Like, no notes. I wouldn't have changed a single thing. I loved this one. All right, next we have an Ibu puzzle. This one is called Seasons in Kyoto. This image is pretty standard for Ibu. You know, I love the little bits of different patterns and textures and colors, which makes it so you never get stuck. You always have something new to work on, and it's not so busy that it loops around to being really hard again. Like, it's the perfect difficulty level. Ooh, okay, this one I was so excited to do. This was my treat for when I finally finished editing that last video about the big 8,000 piece puzzle. I decided to pull out this one as my special treat to celebrate getting all of that done. I thought that I would like this one, and I loved this one. It's so fun. I love puzzles like these with just floating, colorful objects. I think the blue flowers were a little tricky compared to everything else on the puzzle, but I mean, it's not that many pieces, so obviously it was still fine. But I think I'm gonna keep this one for my own collection. I give away most of my Ebu puzzles after I solve them, but I really liked this one. I think I'm keeping this one. Ooh, okay, and then finally, I just did this one yesterday, and I think I unboxed this puzzle literally earlier in the same video. Okay, so this is the Lawrence King puzzle, The World of Taylor, which is an unofficial Taylor Swift puzzle. And what I'll say about this one is that it was easier than I thought. Looking at the image, I thought it was going to be really busy because every element is so small, but they did something really smart. They divided up each era with a different background color, and so I really was able to do it era by era. Down at the bottom where things get, a little more mixed up, but that part was pretty hard. But again, like I said before, it's not that much of the puzzle, so it was fine. The only thing that I'll say about this one, I loved everything about it as a jigsaw puzzle, but I could see them making this hoping that people who are fans of Taylor Swift would buy it and then would want to have it out on display. And it's high quality enough that you could definitely put this in a frame and put it up on the wall. But the image is so busy that I'm worried that from far away it might look, I don't know, kind of muddy, and you can't really tell apart each element unless you come up really close to it. I think it would be a better display piece if her face in the middle was a lot bigger, or maybe they had some big text being Taylor Swift or one of her lyrics or whatever. Yeah, I just think it could have had a little bit more of a big focal point, but just as a jigsaw puzzle, I loved it. I thought it was so much fun. Oh, and then I have one more thing about this, which is gonna kind of reframe some of what was happening over with the big puzzle. So you guys know that I've been doing some redecorating, and one of the things is I got a new cover for the couch, and so I pulled out all of the cushions, put on the new covers. It looked great. However, my back has been hurting so bad, and at first I thought it was from doing the big puzzle, but it got to the point where I was a full 2 weeks past finishing the big puzzle, and my back was still in so much pain. And I was like, this can't just be the puzzle. There has to be something else going on. And so I realized that with the new couch covers that I put on, the old ones had perfectly melded to my body shape. And then these new couch covers were pulling in all of the cushions a lot tighter. And so yesterday, just as an experiment, I put the old covers back onto the cushions, and literally within a day, I'm perfectly fine again. My back is totally fine. I feel great, even with doing this puzzle and leaning over it for a good, 3.5 hours. So it turns out I'm not, getting older and having everything fall apart. It wasn't the big puzzle. It was just the new couch cover. So the couch doesn't look quite as nice anymore, but I feel so much better. Anyway, that was a big tangent. Let's take apart all of these puzzles, and then I'm gonna go finish unboxing everything in the studio. All right, I'm back here in the studio, and now it's a haul video again. Although, I guess maybe I should talk about my new background in here. What do you guys think? But don't get too used to it because it's not totally done yet. So the entire time that I was shooting the 8,000 piece puzzle, this studio was the biggest mess in the world. And so after I finished making those videos, I finally came in here and I rearranged everything. And so I feel like I got it good enough to film for now, but there's still way more that I want to do. Like, I'm gonna get a rug in here to make it a little more cozy. I also have more of the dark wood bookshelves, so I need to build those, and I'm going to put them on the sides where the white ones currently are. The white ones I'm going to move off camera. And I might also paint this corner bookshelf behind me. I might paint the benches again. So there's still plenty to do in here, but I think it's coming along. But anyway, for now, let's just go ahead and open all of these boxes. Okay, first, this one I already opened just to double check that it got here safely. So this was sent in by Crystal. This is another one of the doubles puzzles that I featured on the channel a little while ago. This is one of the Thomas Kincaid puzzles. I swear, anytime Seiko had an interesting idea in the 90s, they had to also put a Thomas Kincaid painting on it. Every single interesting puzzle also has a Thomas Kincaid version. But I'm building my collection of these puzzles that have a big piece and then a little piece inside. So now I have all 3 greatest puzzles, and I have 3 of the 6 doubles puzzles. Okay, so next for these, I had to clear and reset the table because were so generous. They sent me so many puzzles. So this is Chuffed Puzzles, and one of my New Year's resolutions is going to be to try more different puzzle brands. I feel like I'm always returning back to the same ones over and over. So I want to try to expand out, especially into more small independent businesses. And so I'm getting started on that early. So this first one that I did is called Stroll in Tokyo, and the artwork is by Stefan Gross-Halbuer. Oh, that's a German name. I might have said that wrong. So this was such a fun one. And one of the things that I liked about this company that they told me when they reached out is that they're committed to no AI artwork. And so on every single puzzle box, you can see a little blurb about the artist and an artist statement about each illustration. So then the next one I did is Moonlight Metropolis with artwork by Elsa Clever. This one is only 650 pieces, and so I decided to do it without looking at the box. And for the bottom 2/3 of the puzzle, that was so fun. I loved it so much. And then the top third of the puzzle is a lot of pretty solid black. So I think this top part took longer than the entire bottom part of the puzzle. And then the third one that I already solved is a 500-piece Christmas puzzle called Holiday Hotspot, also with art by Elsa Clever. This one is so cute. It's so festive. I really liked it. Unfortunately, I was missing 2 pieces. I swear I looked everywhere for them. I really don't know what happened there. And so they are sending me replacement pieces, and they have a whole policy where if it happens again, they'll send out replacement pieces whenever they can. But look at this. The pieces lock together so tightly. I can do easy one-handed pickup. I bet I could throw this in the air and it would be totally fine. Look at that. This isn't going anywhere. Okay, so before we move on, I'm just going to show you everything else that they sent me. So there's Astral Adornments, which looks really fun. It's a good mix of a solid background and very detailed in the middle. And then there's Sonic Search. Yeah, I think this is doable. It's 1,000 pieces, so it'll be a little harder. Then is Under the Water Moon. Oh, that's really pretty. Look at that lighting. Oh my gosh, that's beautiful. The image just looks so cozy. This would be perfect for a day when it's like raining or snowing outside and you're just all tucked up, nice and warm inside. Oh, this one's fun. So this is Sunset Sector 7. I love the alien. That's so fun. Ooh, okay, this one might be my favorite image that they sent me. This is Original Sinners. Look at those colors, that texture. Oh, that's going to be really, really fun. And then we have Urban Jungle. So this is the same artist as that first one that I did. Kind of a similar color scheme. This looks really cool. I love puzzles with lots of lines like this, like architecture puzzles. And then finally, we have Wild Mouse. I have to be honest here, I do not do mice and rats, anything in that family. Like, I can't even look at them. I think I might just give this puzzle away. This might be the one puzzle that I don't actually solve. I'm sorry, I don't do mice. I can't do it. I'm sorry. I'm gonna do all the rest of them. Anyway, if you liked any of those, they gave me a coupon code, so I'm gonna share all of that info right down below if you want to get any for yourself. This is so generous. They sent so many puzzles. My to-do stack is about to be just overflowing. Okay, and then this is obviously not a puzzle, but I'm so excited to see it in person. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. So this is the physical copy of my feature in The Guardian. The Guardian is a British newspaper, so you could only get this in the UK. And Julia clipped it out and sent it over to me, which is so sweet. I'm so happy to have this. It's also kind of a time capsule of what the studio used to look like. I remember when we took this photo, when the photographer was here, it was probably in the spring. It was a while ago now. And I said to him, tomorrow I'm going to be rearranging everything. Like, you're probably the last person to see it like this. And then, of course, it still took me another, I don't know, 4, 5, 6 months to actually do it. But I have done it now, so we're making progress. All right, I'm just gonna finish all the ones that I already opened. This one I already unboxed because I was just so excited to see it. Like, I needed to see it in person. So a little while ago, I already have another one of the puzzles released by Mensa, and it got me thinking about this spilt ink puzzle that I've been wanting for a while. I've had an eBay alert set for a while, and none have ever shown up on eBay. And so I just went on to Mercari just to see, you never know. Sometimes rare things pop up there for super low prices. And suddenly there was one on there for $10. And so I immediately bought it. And I love this because it fits into 2 categories. So it's a jigsaw puzzle that's in a container that looks like something else. It looks like what the puzzle is representing. So that's the same category as the spilt milk puzzles, the paint can puzzles, the Springbok Chinese food puzzle. I just think that kind of thing is so whimsical and fun. And then it's also almost a solid color puzzle. I actually thought before I saw this in person, I thought it was just like a solid black ink spill, kind of like the spilt milk puzzles, but it actually has like some reflections and a feather pen printed onto it, so it's not totally solid black. But I'm definitely gonna do this one of these days and see just how hard it actually is. It's only 250 pieces, so I feel like it's not actually gonna be that hard. Okay, and then these 3 I just got just this past weekend at the California State Championships. A bunch of us got together the night before, and there was a little puzzle swap table. And so this one is one of the vintage Ravensburger puzzles, and you can see I already have a handful of them up there behind me, but I didn't have one with the yellow side. I only have orange, green, and blue. But I didn't want to be, greedy and hog them all, so I left this one on the puzzle swap table table all night, but the entire night went by, nobody grabbed it, and so at the end of the night, I was like, all right, I'll take it for my collection. And then also, Janice was there all the way from Australia, and she had a bunch of Australian puzzles that she was giving away to everyone. So I was like, I will take the most Australian puzzles that you have. So I have this one called Australia Flair, which is from the company Funbox. And then I also grabbed Festive Holiday from the company La La Land, which is the most Australian image I've ever seen. I love Australia. I love Dance Academy and Blue Water High and H2O Just Add Water and Case File. One of these things is not like the others, but I would love to go someday. For now, though, I'll just do these very Australian jigsaw puzzles. And then on the topic of puzzle swaps, I was so proud of myself. At a recent local competition, I brought 3 puzzles to swap, and then I only came home with 1. So how fun does this one look? I'm so excited to do it soon. Okay, there's 4 boxes left. Which one next? I'm gonna do this one. I'm not totally sure between these 2 boxes what is in each box, so let's see. Oh my god, there's packing peanuts. These always get literally everywhere. Oh no, oh no, oh no. Okay, I thought this might be what was in here. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. Okay, so earlier in this video, I showed you how I finally bought the other 2 Peanuts Giant Family jigsaw puzzles. And I said that I wasn't sure how many were in the series, but I went online, I looked them up, and I'm pretty sure it's just 4. So once I had 3 of the 4, I was like, I might as well get the last one. So now I have the entire collection. I think they're so beautiful. I can't wait to solve these. They've definitely like jumped up to pretty close to the top of the list. Okay, and then we're just gonna find out what this other vintage puzzle is, and then we'll look at the new puzzles. Oh my gosh, getting into this box is a puzzle in itself. There's so much tape. There's so much cardboard where I didn't think there would be cardboard. Okay, this is how you send a jigsaw puzzle. Nothing could ever... Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I didn't even know. She didn't confirm that she was sending this, so I wasn't totally sure what oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay. 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 One sec. You guys. Do you see what this is? Do you see? Oh my gosh. So this comes from Sarah. A while ago, she emailed me saying that she was at this just middle of nowhere, like thrift secondhand store, and she came across a copy of Close-Up of the 3 Bears, but it's the other version from the one that I already have. The one that I have is the first printing where the puzzle piece on the front is like a sticker, and this is the second printing where it's printed right onto the box. And so she got this for like an absolute steal, like nowhere close to what it was worth, and offered to send it to me. I am going to be making a donation to the store and the group where she got it from. It's like a charity group that runs the thrift store. So I'm going to be making a very large donation to them to make up for, you know, this treasure that they were saving and that they sold. Oh, but this is such a beautiful and like important piece of my jigsaw puzzle collection. I can't believe how many of these original solid color puzzles I've now managed to collect, and that so many of them have come from viewers who like now know to keep an eye out for them and recognize how special they are. I can't believe I have both of them now. That's so exciting. I'm so happy right now. Anyway, we still have 2 more boxes, so let's move on. Okay, so this one comes from Les Puz. In the past, they have gifted me a whole lot of puzzles. These are not gifted. These I bought myself with my own money. So anyway, speaking of solid color puzzles, I may have bought the entire collection. So I love Les Puz. They're a modern company that's, with a lot of their puzzles, they're very inspired by vintage puzzles. And so just like the flat banana puzzle that I featured on the channel a while ago, they released these solid color mini puzzles with a little logo on them. Flat plum, flat lime, flat every fruit out there. And the great thing about these is that they're all the same cut. So you can actually like make all these fun designs by mixing and matching all the different colors. And so while I was getting those, I also saw this Y2K puzzle. And I was like, I have to have that. Y2K is everything to me. That's when I was like coming of age. All of these clear electronics. Oh, it's so nostalgic. Okay, and then one more box. So this comes from Soonness, and this was gifted from Soonness. So let's see which puzzles are in here. Oh, these are so cute. Okay, so we have marine life, we have Arctic life, and we have forest life. And I think these were actually some of the very first releases from Soonness, back before I was really getting any of the puzzles. But she decided to bring them back, and I'm so excited to do these. I did the space one that was in this same style, and I loved it. Like, they're so detailed, they're so cute. And look, on Arctic Life, you have an owl doing a solid yellow puzzle. That's me. I'm that owl. I'm in this puzzle. Well, this last segment turned out incredible. So many beautiful puzzles to add to the collection. I hope throughout this video, since we're getting close to the holidays, if you were looking for puzzle gifts to either ask for or to give, I hope maybe this video gave you a few ideas. And at the beginning of the video, I shared the Chuffed discount code, but pretty much every like modern puzzle company that I know of does some kind of Black Friday sale. So before you buy anything, make sure that you check the company's social media and you might be able to find a coupon code. But keep in mind, you don't always have to buy new. As you can see, I'm a big fan of secondhand puzzles. You know, if you have time and transportation, you can keep checking the thrift stores in your area and Facebook Marketplace, and you can probably find some pretty good deals on puzzles. All right, so that's going to be it for today. So let me know down in the comments, what is your favorite puzzle that you've done recently that you want to recommend to everyone else? Or you can let me know what is your favorite puzzle that you saw in this video. And that's all I've got for today. So I'll see you all in the next one.